Hi, how you doing? Oh boy, I start every video. Hi, how you doing? I didn't even really think of that till just now. That's like kind of like dreadlocks, huh? It's just like no idea instead of an idea. Okay, so by their fruits ye shall know them. By their fruits ye shall know them. Their fruits. The big question, who is the bad guy? Who's the bad guy? In the last days, in these days, the spiral times, when, who, and not when, we know it's going to be like roughly 2,000 years after Jesus, is the bad guy, you know? And Jesus, when asked about who would be the bad guys these days, said, by their fruits ye shall know them. So it's funny because we live in a world full of people that think they know what the fruits of the devil are. They think it means a person that lives a sinful life. And those are the fruits of the devil are sins. That's what they think. But that would be completely inconsistent, very inconsistent. As inconsistent as like Christmas and Easter and things like that, It would be just another thing that's just absolutely not biblical and completely inconsistent and blah blah blah. So we know that Jesus said, if you can cast the first stone, go ahead. Whoever is without sin, cast the first stone. And everybody just dropped their stones, And the whole point of Jesus dying on the cross was that he was perfect and we're not. And on and on and on. Do you want me to go on and on and on about how a big part of Jesus's message is that we're not to expect others to be perfect? So then, if you're actually living the lifestyle of trying to live like Jesus, like that's what like you'll hear it said, like religion is something you do, not something that you're taught. It's something that you do. When you do it and live it, it definitely changes it, because now you have to organize it in such a practical way and everything, So it's a huge part of Jesus' message that nobody's expected to be perfect. The fruits of the devil are definitely not sin. That just makes absolutely no sense. The fruits of the devil are the people that fit the description of the bad guy in the story of the Bible. The fruits of the devil are the fruits. When it says the fruits of the devil, it's the bad guy in the Bible. The bad guy in the Bible. So these people that claim to be experts, a lot of them haven't read the book of Proverbs or even Psalms. If you've ever read Psalms and Proverbs, it goes into lots of detail about what the bad guy's like. The bad guy's a gossiper. The bad guy jumps around the corner and goes, aha, and points out people's sins. The bad guys, the bad guys, morality policers. It's Lucifer versus Michael. Revelations 12. That's why it's brought up in the Revelations 12, because it's relevant to now. It's always been relevant. Arguments tend to boil down to that, don't they? Should we force everybody, or should we give them free agency to choose? And so in America, like we're especially non-hypocritical if we're a Christian and an American, because both Christianity and America is supposed to be things that believe in not judging and letting people live their lives and live and let live and not be judgmental and leave the judgment to Jah and all that. It's all so inconsistent. Morality policing is the fruit of the devil, and so is things like that. Like when people gossip and the Sadducees and Pharisees, that think they know everything and stuff like that. The bad guys described as the majority. So Christians are in the majority as far as religion. So like those conservative Republicans, you could say, could be the epitome of the bad guy in so many ways, But so could the Democrats. So could all of us, That's not what it's about. It really isn't about that. It's about learning our lessons so that we can outgrow war. That's kind of the point. That war is a dumb idea, and that when we learn how to live better lives as individuals, it'll make more sense as nations and groups of people, that we should be able to do the peace thing. That peace is an absolutely good idea, not a bad idea. And that we can't, we have to go to war. It's just a fact of life. Humans will they'll realize, whoa, I'm going to stop saying that, so all these mostly young men won't have to die for no reason. Like, it's not necessary, especially, just come on, man. Like what? I'm not good at math, but what's that, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so that's 40. And then we're on 22, so that's like 40, 62. That's like 62 years, since the 60s, yo. We're supposed to have known that back then, supposedly, That was my parents' generation. When you see those babies sucking on the breasts of bare-chested hippie chicks with all the people dancing around, those babies, that was my generation. But yeah, morality policing, Lucifer, the fruits of the devil. That's what the fruits of the devil are. Not sinning, because then, humans can't agree what sins are and stuff. That, the things that should be law are things like killing, stealing. People should be able to legally own properties, and trespassing and those concepts. Safety, just a very short list of things, and all the going in here's and going in that's, and all the morality policing and all that. It's those behaviors that's distracting us from our better selves, as far as like our intellectuality. Well, apparently I'm not very intellectual. Gosh dang it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. My message is the proof's in the pudding, not the delivery. But anyway, so yeah, by the fruits ye shall know them. So I'll do another video on who the beast is, because there's a bunch of different things. There's Lucifer, Satan. In a way, each thing is a little bit different in a way. Lucifer, Satan, Babylon, the beast. There's a beast in the story of the apocalypse, and there's all these things that you might actually mean when you refer to that, So I'll do another really short video after this on the Jan Sway Bible playlist of that.